Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and this video is probably not going to go over very well, but this is something that I just wanted to get off my chest. I think it's something that I should definitely address, because I'm a Call of Duty YouTuber, yet I'm not posting videos of the new Call of Duty game. In fact, the game itself has been out for over 2 weeks now, and I made one Infinite Warfare video. I made a number of videos leading up until the launch, and of course a number of videos during the beta as well, but here when the game actually came out, the full launch of the game, I can't bring myself to play Infinite Warfare, especially because Modern Warfare Remastered's out. So let's discuss it. Why is Infinite Warfare not a Call of Duty game to me? Well, the reason why is I've watched Call of Duty evolve over the years. I think we all have, technically. I mean, we've watched Call of Duty just grow over the years and change based on community feedback. When it comes right down to it, it's our fault that Call of Duty is where it is today. Well, maybe not my fault, because I've never actually asked for any change. In fact, I can show you guys, I can link you videos. I'll put a link down there in the video description. I would talk about back in the day how we cannot change the Call of Duty franchise too much, because even back during like Modern Warfare 3 or the original Black Ops, people were complaining that Call of Duty is the same game every year. Every single year we see that same complaint. Oh, COD's the same game every year. It's just a reskin. Modern Warfare 3 is just Modern Warfare 2.5, or Black Ops 3 is just Black Ops 2.5, or something like that, right? You see that complaint all the time. And even way back when, like in 2013, 2014, I was making videos saying, guys, it's a different game every year. Sure, it's still Call of Duty, but it's different every single year. You look at the original Black Ops versus Black Ops 3, there is a world of difference between those games. The same can be said for Modern Warfare 3 versus Call of Duty 4. Like, sure, it's the same formula. Like, you have maps, you have guns, you have kill streaks, and you go out and play. It's the same COD formula, but every year it's different because there's different kill streaks, different spawn systems, different weapons, different recoil patterns, different meta games. Like, every year it's different, but it still stays true to the core fundamental values that make the Call of Duty franchise what it is. Well, I would say over the past couple of years, we have seen those values basically thrown out the window, and this is actually going to be like my second attempt at making this video because it's so difficult that like I'm just like blurting out feels here. I'm trying to like describe how I'm feeling about Infinite Warfare and the Call of Duty franchise as a whole, and it's very difficult to put it all succinctly into one video, so I'm gonna ramble here, and I hope you guys can sit back and enjoy it. But for me personally, I feel as though the Call of Duty franchise and those core fundamental values that made Call of Duty what it is, I feel as though those have been thrown out the window with the past couple of games. It started back in Advanced Warfare, and how adorable were we back in the day when we thought Black Ops 2 was futuristic, but it started out in Advanced Warfare when they gave us exosuits, and they gave us this ability to be able to jump and strafe and fly around, do all kinds of crazy stuff. That game itself also had supply drops. It also had supply drop weapon variants, which are objectively better weapons than the base weapons themselves. Like, there is no arguing it whatsoever. The weapon variants themselves, not all of them, but the majority of them, were better than the base variant. Like, if you look at the HBRE-3 Insanity, compare that to any other assault rifle, it's like, okay, then that gun is just clearly a god tier weapon, and it's objectively better, which can bring up arguments of a pay-to-win system. In Black Ops 3, we saw a continuation of the advanced movement. It was different, but we saw a continuation of it. We saw the continuation of supply drop weapons. They got rid of variants, but weapons themselves were hidden in supply drops, and we got a brand new feature, which was Specialist, which basically turned your soldier into like this Power Ranger almost, which would have special weapons and special abilities and stuff like that. And here in Infinite Warfare, we have all that and then some. So we took the Specialist idea and we expanded upon that with combat rigs. We now have traits and payloads. No longer do we have to like have a choice between the two, but we have a weapon and an ability on every single one of our combat rigs. Some of them are pretty cool. Like, some of them just give you a cool weapon. Other ones are ridiculous, like they turn you into a robot dog. There are a bunch of weapon variants in this game, which I cannot get on board with. I can never get on board with that system. Like, I will credit them for actually giving us a crafting system and allowing us to craft these things rather than just relying on luck from supply drops. But still, how can you get on board with a system where there are weapons in the game which are objectively better than base variants? And I've seen people actually arguing this with me on Twitter. It's like, how can you argue this? Like, there are epic and legendary variants, even common variants, which are objectively better than the base variant. If it gives you one extra perk or one extra attachment or some little benefit, that makes it objectively, that's not subjective, objectively better than the base weapon itself. So that's like a moderately pay-to-win system already, because you have this ability to purchase all these things via supply drops, which is luck, but still, you have the ability to purchase all of these extra, more powerful weapons in the game, which I personally just can't can't get on board with. Not to mention all the extra abilities in this game. Like, I will not fault Infinity Ward here. I feel as though they tried a lot of new things, which is usually good. That's what people ask for at the end of the day. But some of the things they've added to this game are just things I don't feel belong in a game like Call of Duty, which makes Infinite Warfare not feel like a Call of Duty game to me. So, for example, if I go to defend the B flag, and I actually have some footage of this, I go in there to try to defend B, and they have an Overwatch, like a Winston-style dome bubble above them, which protects them from my bullets, and they kill me easily. It's like, how am I supposed to play around that? I'm sure there are counters, but right now, I don't know the counter, because I haven't played that much of Infinite Warfare. You have these, basically, black hole grenades, which you throw this grenade down, and it sucks down everybody in this area into this black hole and kills them, which is super annoying to die to. You have a bunch of laser weapons in this game, which whenever I'm being shot at, especially if there's like multiple people in the area, I legitimately have flashbacks of Star Wars Battlefront. Like, I'm waiting for Darth to come around that corner at any point now with his lightsaber and just point it at me and take me out, man. Now, I'm sure that's going to be a DLC weapon in the future, but just, this doesn't feel like a Call of Duty game to me. It just really doesn't. Like, it feels like a good shooter. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to say that the game itself is bad. I'm not trying to say that it's like, that you're a bad person for liking it. Like, I feel as though on the internet, it's so difficult to have a differing opinion from somebody else without that person thinking that you hate them. But just to be clear, like, if you like Infinite Warfare, I'm happy that you like it. I'm happy that you're having fun, because that's what we're freaking here for, is it not? Like, we're here because we all have a passion for video games, and we want to share that passion with other people, whether it's discussing stuff or making videos or tips and tricks or what have you. That's why we're here on YouTube in the first place. We're here to be part of a community. So if you're happy with Infinite Warfare and you're enjoying the game, I am so happy that you are, but I'm not personally. It doesn't give me the same feeling that other Call of Duty games in the franchise actually have in the past. Like, when I play this game, I don't feel like I'm playing COD. I feel like I'm playing an above average shooter. Like, I feel as though if this were developed by anybody else, anybody besides Infinity Ward, if it were made by maybe Respawn Entertainment, or if it was made by somebody at EA or some other studio, I think this would be an above average shooter. Like, if it just came out as its own game and it was called Infinite Warfare and it didn't have Call of Duty in the title and I wasn't comparing it to other Call of Duty games, I would think to myself, wow, this is a really polished above average shooter. Because whenever another shooter game comes out, oftentimes we're comparing it to Call of Duty and we look at the game and we're like, wow, so this has a couple of interesting ideas, but for the most part, it's very unpolished. It doesn't have a lot of things to it. It's just not as deep as Call of Duty itself is. If this game was not a Call of Duty game, we wouldn't be saying that. Like, we would be like, holy crap, this game has a kill streak system, prestige system, it has a very deep create class, it has an entire weapon crafting system. Like, it's a very deep game. I cannot fault Infinity Ward for that whatsoever, but it doesn't feel like a Call of Duty game. When I compare this to another Call of Duty game, especially Modern Warfare Remastered, I just can't get on board with it, man. I just can't, because I'm playing Modern Warfare Remastered and it feels like COD. It feels like the game that got me into the Call of Duty franchise. It feels like, it sounds weird, but it feels like Modern Warfare 2, it feels like the original Black Ops, it feels like Modern Warfare 3, it feels like all the old, great, classic Call of Duty games, because it's boots on the ground, there's no funny business, everybody has the same weapons, pretty much. I mean, of course, by unlocking stuff and stuff, you have different stuff unlocked, but for the most part, like, everyone has the same weapons, everybody has the same kill streaks, or at least access to the same kill streaks. It's a classic Call of Duty experience. But when I play this game, I don't feel that way whatsoever, and I just don't have a passion for it. Like, right now, I have no motivation and no passion to play Infinite Warfare, which is why there hasn't been any videos of it here on my YouTube channel. The reason why is because I just can't play this game for more than a couple of games before I legitimately just feel bored and annoyed at everything in the game. Like, people jumping around constantly, people running on walls, people using really weird and odd equipment, which, again, you can't really fault Infinity Ward for trying to make equipment relevant, aside from frag grenades. But I don't like the new equipment. I don't like a lot of the kill streaks in this game. I don't like a lot of the combat rigs. I don't like the setting. Like, I was one of the people that actually defended the setting, because at first, when the game was first revealed, everybody was so quick to just jump on Call of Duty's back and just start yelling and screaming about how mad they were about the setting, how they said it was going to be a terrible game. And I was one of the few people, I think, that was defending the setting. I'm like, hey guys, just because it's a futuristic game doesn't mean it's going to be an inherently bad game. We got to give it a chance. Let's wait to see what the game itself is actually going to be like. And as we learned more, it looked like it was going to be a pretty decent experience. And during the beta, I thought to myself, yeah, I could see myself playing this. Not a ton. And you can go back and look at my beta videos. I said I could probably put 5 or 6 days of playtime into this game. I probably won't make it to max rank, but that's okay. I'm going to play a little bit, and it's going to be fun for a laugh now and then. That's all I really expected of it, considering it's a futuristic game. And that's pretty much how I feel right now. Like, right now, I haven't played barely at all since the game came out. But again, over the course of the entire year, I feel as though I'll probably put in 5 days of playtime. Maybe. We'll see how it's going to go down. The majority of my time is going to be spent in Modern Warfare Remastered, because that's the game that I have a passion for. And I think passion's a pretty important thing. right? I think there's a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers that just don't have a passion for COD anymore, but they still make videos because it's their livelihood. That's what their channel thrives on. And I'm happy that I still have a passion for Call of Duty. I'm happy that I especially have a big passion for Modern Warfare Remastered, but I don't have that right now for Infinite Warfare. That's why I haven't been making videos, because I don't want to force videos of Infinite Warfare because they're going to be bad videos. Right now, I'm not enjoying the game. Right now, I don't find the game fun whatsoever. Like, I'm level, what am I, 17? I want to say 14, but I think I'm level 17 after playing a little bit this afternoon. I'm level 17, and the game's been out for 2 weeks. Like, it's clear I don't have a passion for this game. And if I try to force videos, it's going to be obvious that I don't care in my videos. And it's like, oh, yeah, so I'm playing this on this map with this gun here, and oh, look at that guy. Look at that guy just jumping up 20 feet in the air and killing me. Isn't that fun, guys? Let's just ignore that. Let's keep on playing. Like, they wouldn't be good videos. They would be awful videos, and I don't want to make bad videos here for my YouTube channel, which is why I'm focusing on Modern Warfare Remastered, and perhaps maybe other games like Battlefield and stuff like that in the future, but I just don't have the passion for this game right now, guys, which is why I haven't been making videos. It doesn't feel like a Call of Duty game to me, and I hope I got my point across here in this video. Now, I know this may be a tough pill to swallow for some people, but remember, everybody has different preferences. Everybody has different tastes than everyone else, and I see that all the time. Like, just discussing even little tiny things, little minutia about the Call of Duty franchise. Like, we'll start discussing maps, for example, and so somebody will say they don't like this map. I'm like, wait a minute, you don't like Ambush? Ambush is what? And we'll sit there and start discussing it and stuff like that. Like, it's fun and interesting to discuss this stuff with people, which is why I would love to hear in the comments, why do you love Infinite Warfare, or why don't you love Infinite Warfare? Now, we're not here to argue with each other, say, well, you're stupid for thinking this, or you're dumb for thinking that. We're here to just discuss, like, okay, I like Infinite Warfare because X, Y, and Z. I don't like Infinite Warfare because 1, 2, and 3. Like, I would love to see thoughts like that down there in the comments. I would love to hear the perspective of other people out there, other fans of the Call of Duty franchise. I'd love to hear what you guys think, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys all found it insightful. Hopefully I got my point across. I know this video was all over the place, but there you go. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.